Oh my god, this broke me. Rudy, you still got it in you, Rudy. After all these years. Never change. Please never change. I don't want anything bad to happen to Rudy Giuliani now. We have to protect him. He cannot go to jail. All right? This is more important. This is bigger than his crimes. This is bigger than his war crimes. We need him to do new things. How does he keep coming up with this stuff? I'd rather see Rudy Giuliani's face melt. Oh man, and I have so much shit to get through. There's so many things today. We haven't even started on all the things. Just been watching these silly people. So many silly people.
Rigged for Mr. Biden. Nothing to worry about here, and they were going to.
Like earlier today, Trump. Can you believe this? They talked about how Venezuela, Hugo Chavez, rose from the grave like a phoenix, a beautiful Venezuelan phoenix, and just came forward to destroy the election. Can you believe that happened? I can't, but there it is, and that happened this morning. Well, Rudy Giuliani, the mayor of 9/11, melted in real time. A strange poo-colored sweat emanated from his forehead while he was telling us about how Venezuela again tampered with the elections and stole it for Joe Biden. New things. I wonder if he runs any of this by Donald Trump, by the way. If there's a meeting, if they sit down, and he's like, okay, so what do you have for me, Rudy? How are we going to fix this? How do I get the election back? Like, oh, Mr. President, how do I have for you? Yeah. Well, gonna talk about Venezuela, Chavez. Seriously, I'm only a quarter making this up. Like, this actually, is it even a quarter? This all happened. Like, poo came down his face. Poo streamed down his face while he talked about how Hugo Chavez stole the election. Like, that happened this morning. I just 2020, it's bonkers. It's absolutely bonkers.
Cause the machines to have to shut down for them to backfill.
It's still happening. He's wiping the poo off his face.
We have evidence of different numbers of votes being injected into the system. The same
it's oil. It's Venezuelan oil. That's got to be it.
Multiple times in at least 2 states that we've analyzed so far, and I'm talking about like 341,542 votes.
Like I know I overused the word ghoul. I mean, it's a wonderful word. It's like, it's not ableist in any way, and it literally means someone who rises from the dead to feast upon the flesh of the living. And that is exactly what this looks like right now. As the beads of oil and fecal matter pour down his face, rain down his face, the rains of fucking Castamere. Like, I can't get over him.
For Biden and 100,012 for Trump. There's no explanation, no logical explanation for the same numbers being injected 20 minutes apart into the machine. The software manual itself, you can download it from the internet, and I would encourage you all to read it because it specifically advertises some of these things as features of the system. Why it was ever allowed into this country.
After the pits, like fucking just hovering, Uncle Lurch in the corner. It's very hot.
And why nobody has dealt with it is absolutely appalling. The machines were easily accessible to hackers. There's a video on the net that
he's a little salty about the leakage.
How a kid with a cell phone can hack one of these.
Now I got to
machines.
see this.
There's been no oversight of Dominion or its software.
Rudy Giuliani explains why he's ignoring me. Hi, Mr. Mayor. My mom always said anyone can make a mistake, only an idiot repeats it. Where's your sense of adventure? Update. Do you think the incident with your hair dye is karma for you not answering my questions? Why would I want to communicate with the person who wants to, he texts just like how he speaks. It's neat when that happens. I'm sure you have a couple friends who are like, when you get their text messages, you're like, yeah, that's what you sound like when you talk out loud. And then that's just like Rudy Giuliani. Why would I communicate with the person who wants to pick on a small things to create satirical picture? Write what you want. It has little or no significance. I don't think I'm responsible for your satirical presentation to the world, Mr. Mayor, since you present your way with or without my reporting. Excellent. Man, Rudy's having a day. I mean, he's having a year. Let's be honest. Oh, can we take a quick look at Rudy Giuliani? On his name even sounds like cool. It's too easy. I mean, this scene is kind of TOS-y at this point, eh?
I think we cancel interview.
I don't think we need, because
Yeah, what do you want to do? Just
I
check
already
Mike,
checked.
it's okay.
I mean, you don't actually see his penis, but he does rub his pants. He does rub his pants. Oh, I'm not worried about the Dimka. I mean, I'm showing this in context. This is journalism now, everybody. Like this has gone beyond. This is now journalism. We're reporting on incidents that are happening that are directly involving the president of the United States, his administration, his personal lawyer, his attorney. That's all fine. I'm not worried about getting a Dimka. I'm a little bit more worried about the fact that yes, he does touch himself here. You know, he does. I mean, you could say he's adjusting his pants, but there's certainly what appears to be an erection, and then a lying down on the bed, and then a back and forth motion, which, you know, typically, I mean, if you're adjusting your microphone or doing stuff of that nature, and you're in the room with a young woman who is the character is, I believe, 16 years old, or maybe 14 years old, the lying back down on the bed, I mean, that's a little bit sus. Things are getting a little unusual there. It's 15. Oh, sorry, 15. Well, my bad, chat. My bad. Yeah, and then while lying on the bed, the jostling around. I mean, it's a little peculiar, to say the very least. That part was absolutely incredible.
Workers in each county were trained by Dominion, but there's no evidence of any monitoring otherwise. We have testimony of different workers admitting that they were trained how
This was
to
such a better press
dispose
conference.
of Trump
Oh, look at
votes
him. Oh,
and,
look at him.
add
Look at
to
him melt.
Biden votes.
Oh,
The
you love it.
software has a feature pursuant to which you can drag and drop
Tell me more
any
about
number
Venezuela.
of batches of
Tell me about
votes
the ghost
to
of Hugo
candidate of your
Chavez.
choice, or simply throw them away. So we have mathematical evidence in a number of states of massive quantities.
I'm also curious, by the way, when this whole thing was proposed to Donald Trump, what was he like? Yeah, good. Okay, yeah. So you're going to talk about Venezuela. You're going to talk about Hugo Chavez. You talk about how Hugo Chavez is dead. Okay, and then afterwards we're okay, and you're gonna pour oil. It's gonna pour out. Is that to represent their oil? It's not a metaphor. Oh, you're just leaking. You're just dying in real time. Just okay. Yeah, let's go with that. That sounds, I guess, yeah, that could win an election. Wilder things have happened this year, to say the least.
President Trump won by a landslide. We are going to prove it, and we are going to reclaim the United States of America for the people who vote for freedom.
Wow.
How come you're not suing in the Wisconsin counties that use this? Why are you only doing a recount?
And excuse me, that we're not out to the questions at this point. So excuse me, we're not at the questions at this point.
How much does this feel like a Jacob Wool press conference? Like they're virtually identical now. Like all these grifting press conferences, they're all the same. They're gonna trot out. I wonder if that guy's gonna come out, the Triple X dude. You know him, the big old beefcake. He's gonna get out there with the Triple X on the back and his whippings and stuff. He's like, oh yeah, just getting back from Elizabeth Warren, her servicing me. I mean, come on, it's a one-way street. Yeah, that woman knows her way around a cat o' nine tails. Let me just say that. And yes, by the way, the Triple X on my back, that's not because of Vin Diesel. No, I'm not into Vin Diesel. It's not like that. No homo, bro. No homo. It's from the fallen soldiers. Yeah, my fallen brothers who died in the real tour duty that I did as a soldier, and again with the sex and the cat o' nine tails. So that's the thing.
My name is Jenna
Same
Ellis,
energy.
and I'm the senior legal
Same
advisor
energy, by the way.
To the Trump campaign, and I'd like to just explain now where we've been and where we're at and what you can expect from this process. So what you have heard, I'm sure, in the fake newspapers tomorrow will be one of two things. Either there was not sufficient evidence that we've presented, or we spoke too long. Okay, so what you've heard now is basically an opening statement.
I like the self-awareness.
This is
I
what
like
you
the
can expect to
self-awareness. That's
see
good.
when we get to court to actually have a full trial on the merits, to actually show this evidence in court and prove our case. This is not a Law and Order episode where everything is neatly wrapped up in 60 minutes. For those of you who are here in this room or have maybe tuned out in other networks, clearly you've never been court reporters. Trials
Look up
take
her
time.
interview with
Putting on
Bill Maher.
evidence takes time.
Okay.
This is basically an opening statement so the American people can understand what the networks have been
Do you have a
hiding
link to it?
and what they refuse to cover, because all of your fake news headlines are dancing around the merits of this case and are trying to delegitimize what we are doing here. Let me be very clear that our objective is to make sure to preserve and protect election integrity. President Trump has been saying from day one, the last minute, they manipulate them, they want to tear down our American system. Our founders were so brilliant that they anticipated this, that there would be corruption, there would be foreign influence, there would be attempts to manipulate the outcome of the election, especially with who they called our chief magistrate. I would encourage all of you to go home and actually read Alexander Hamilton's Federalist 68 and see what he described as an advocacy position to adopt and ratify the Electoral College and the process.
So these are actual spokesmen for the President of the United States giving an actual press conference where she is now telling you to read up on Alexander Hamilton. I mean, why not just tell us to watch the musical? That would be even more apropos as part of their evidence. Like this is part of their evidence. This is part of the case that they're laying out. Hey, you should know what's happening here. It's very serious. You know, Hugo Chavez from beyond the grave, Venezuela. This is happening.
When people were told that all the votes were in and all the votes were counted. Many Dominion employees have already reached out to us to tell.
Learn how to count. That's the only piece of advice I can give here. Learn how to count. Learn the very basics of addition. 1 + 1 is 2. There we go.
All right. A few questions?
Yeah, Mayor Giuliani, this sort of reminds us of 30 years ago, they had federal judges doing consent decrees over elections, so you got a federal judge overseeing the election, this is old Chicago. Will you be asking that in Georgia, where you have two Senate races that have the U.S. District Court judges and federal authorities monitoring the elections?
I can't say what's going to be done about it.
It's so much.
I'm sorry, I didn't count.
County, Pennsylvania,
yes.
Atlanta, there's sort of an Operation Grey Lord. I don't know if you were
Yep.
informed of that.
I know about it. I really can't give you an opinion on that. I think, obviously, every election official should learn something from this and be very, very careful with the next election. I know this is a lot of information that we've given you.
Oh my God, no, it's
probably because we're
all
frustrated
see
with
it.
what we keep reading and hearing in the censored press.
It's all this guy can look at because, of course. Oh my God, this broke me. Rudy, you still got it in you, Rudy. After all these years. Never change. Please never change. I don't want anything bad to happen to Rudy Giuliani. Now we have to protect him. He cannot go to jail. All right. This is more important. This is bigger than his crimes. This is bigger than his war crimes. We need him to do new things. How does he keep coming up with this stuff?
Which is that we have no evidence. We have no specifics. We have no backup of what we're saying. And you largely ignore the affidavits that are filed. Whether you agree or disagree with an affidavit.
I totally agree.
It's evidence.
Yo, I don't get why we're destroying the world. Why is there like tar sands in Canada? Why are we fracking? Why is Joe Biden so obsessed with fracking? Just use Giuliani. Like, there's your source. There's your energy source. All right, there it is. This is it. This nuclear power. Oh yeah, how are we going to solve global warming? Rudy Giuliani. The answer has been in front of our eyes the entire time. He was hiding in plain sight. Everyone. Now we know. This is how we're going to save the world. The man produces literal oil, beads of oil, pour down and stream down his face. We don't need to upend the Middle East. We can end all that. No more conflicts, all right? No more imperialism. This is it. This is how we're going to, like, this is luxury space communism. This is unlimited energy. This man, look at it. Look at what's happening to him.
You can't say, I mean, you're just lying to the American people when you say there's no evidence. Sydney was giving you information that come from affidavits from other people that are given under oath.
Oh man, I'm losing my shit. I'm losing my absolute shit. All right, I am losing my shit. Like, Vaush, we can't compete. We had a crack smoking mayor. All right, we had a mayor who smoked crack. We have a black-faced prime minister. That's right. He wears shoe polish all over his body. It's like, this pales in comparison to y'all. How do you keep doing this? How are you doing this? Like, it's mind-blowing. It's absolutely mind-boggling. It's incredible. Like, he's pouring oil out of his face. Oil is streaming down his face right now. I can't. I absolutely can't. Man. At this point, I'm saying this. We got to protect Rudy Giuliani. I do not want him to go to jail anymore. All right. I don't want him to face. I don't want the Hague. I don't want the gulags. I don't want any of that stuff for him. I want him to stay alive and well. And I want him to continue to do his work. It is the Lord's work. All right. It's the Lord's chosen work. He's like a scene out of The Fifth Element. Giuliani is our Zorg. I was thinking The Fifth Element. I was also thinking, if you haven't already seen it, this one is from the Wayback Machine.
Put the pick in there, Pete, and turn it round.
Traitor. Call me a Harkonnen who encompasses his doom!
That's Sting, by the way. That's Sting. Where's the goo? I was promised. Oh, there's the goo. Oh no! Oh no! I don't know if this is gonna be TOS. It's weird because there's like some real like hyper homosexual overtones. This scene, by the way, scared the ever-living Jesus out of me as a kid. Like, this is one of those scenes where if you watch it as a child, I was just like, what the fuck are you showing me, Mom? I don't want to see this. He's frightens me now. And to be honest, David Lynch and cocaine. Oh, so much cocaine. Like this is cocaine. This is just lots, just tons of cocaine. So much cocaine. Just piles of cocaine. You can just, and all the actors, like, he's jacked up on blow right now. It's good. Yeah, so much coke. Like, look at that. He's practically Rudy Giuliani. You can see the beads of Rudy Giuliani going down. And then, of course, yeah, more cocaine. Like, this is just basically cocaine machines siphoning cocaine directly into their bodies. There's this as well. Definitely some cocaine. I'm gonna keep watching Giuliani though. I can't look away.
I should point out, now that Sydney has spoken, that those happened just around the time that the Dominion or Smartmatic people called a halt to the election. And then you can also trace it with a very big spike in the vote count at exactly that time. Right up. So what we're telling you is supported by evidence. And we're going to have to present these because of the procedures that exist according to the different voting laws of the different states. For example, you asked us about Wisconsin. We have to first create a contest in Wisconsin before we can move.
It's definitely about to drip off his face. It's like the one on the right, the one on, like, that little bead. That little bead's hanging. It's like it's almost there. It's almost, you can see it. You can see how close it is.
The contest, from everything I can see, is going to overturn the vote because it's going to show somewhere around 100,000 illegal ballots in 2 counties that Biden carried by 75, 80%. And you know how close Wisconsin is. And what I'm talking about is the absentee ballots for which there were no applications. And that's not just a small matter. The reason for the application,
it's getting close.
And the reason to keep all these things together
that's
is precisely
endgame.
to avoid. If
it reaches the caller, then the caller will be permanently stained. Like, that shit's not getting out. If it like this is a white pressed caller. I mean, I'm sure he's just gonna get one of his servants to make a new one. That's fine. But that's game over. He has very little time left. That's basically the race against time right now.
Are we going to bring a lawsuit in
and
Wisconsin?
Who will win? That's
which
the
we will
question.
if we have to. You should have asked me, and you should be more astounded by the fact that our votes are counted in Germany and in Spain by a company owned by affiliates of Chavez and Maduro. Did you ever believe that was true? Did any of you here believe that that was possible? Of course it's not. Of course it shouldn't be possible. I don't know if we're going to have time to develop all that in time to fill the requirements of all these cases. We have enough evidence without that to overturn.
I fucking knew it.
We have it from the.
I knew it all along. It was always Chavez. Goddamn Chavez. From beyond the grave. Chavez. You're Chavez. You're Chavez, Chavez. You're Chavez.
Very, very serious matter of national security. Please don't make light of it. And don't act like you knew it. Don't act like it isn't a surprise. If that's not a headline tomorrow, then you don't know what a headline is. There isn't a...
I know what the headline is. You can already see it. I mean, the writing's on the wall or on the face, some might say. I'm pretty sure the headline is self-explanatory. That you are a source of energy, that you produce oil. All right? We need to mine you. We need to mine you. We need to drill, baby, drill. We need to get at the source. This is the answer to our energy problems.
A single person in this country that would have believed that we have states that are stupid enough to have our vote sent out of this country. You couldn't possibly believe that the company counting our vote, with control over our vote, is owned by two Venezuelans who were allies of Chavez, are present allies of Maduro, with a company whose chairman is a close associate and business partner of George Soros, the biggest donor to the Democrat Party, the biggest donor to Antifa, and the biggest donor to Black Lives Matter. My goodness, what do we have to do to get you to give our people the truth?
Work with some of our powerful defense groups in the United States.
Oh my God.
The last part was, do they work
With defense groups.
with defense groups and the CIA? First, I'm in charge of this investigation with Sydney and the people that you see here. There's been no pressure to stop investigating Dominion.
No one's
In fact, there's
pressuring y'all to stop.
no, there's pressure to go as fast as we can. I mean, I think there was uniform shock.
He was so
when
close.
We first heard it.
He was so close. Now it's connected to the crease underneath his cheek, and it's about to drip down here. Oh, the drip. It's vicious.
When I first heard it, I didn't believe
It's
it.
so
until Sydney-
close. Oh man, you can see it in real time.
I feel kind of stupid, and you all should, because all you had to do is go online and find out that Smartmatic.
I feel kind of stupid. Giuliani, no.
is owned by Venezuelans close to
no,
Chavez. You can Google it. Well, unless they take it down. I preserved it, so you can find it. Not, and by the way, the Coomer
This is what I'm saying.
who is close.
It's not fair. There's no one can compete with this. America number one. You win, y'all. USA. This is it. Nothing comes close. The world stage, the most powerful army in the world, the richest country in the world, and this is what's happening. I can't get over this. Rudy broke me.
To Antifa, took off all of his social media. But we kept it. We got it. The man is a vicious, vicious man. He wrote horrible things about the president.
Oh.
He is completely biased. He's completely warped. And he specifically says that they're going to fix this election. I don't know what you need to wake you up to do your job and inform the American people, whether you like it or not, of the things they need to know. This is real. It is not made up. It is not. There's nobody here that engages in fantasies. I've tried 100 cases. I prosecuted some of the most dangerous criminals in the world. I know crimes. I can smell them. You don't have to smell this one. I can prove it to you 18 different ways. I can prove to you that he won Pennsylvania by 300,000 votes. I can prove to you that he won Michigan by probably 50,000 votes. When I went to bed on election night, he was ahead in all those states, every single one of those states. How is it they all turned around?
Oh no! It looks like it's absorbed. Like he's absorbed some of it. Because I don't remember catching a moment where he wiped it.
Or is it more consistent that it was a plan to turn him?
The one on the left is making some distance though. This is what they call in gambling dark horse theory. When you actually have a horse that'll catch up in the race, and then it comes out of nowhere, and then you're like, oh shit, no one saw that, but there goes number 4, and in this case, it's line number 2. It's just slowly going to beat down.
And since there are witnesses who say there was a plan to turn him around, and it kind of begs credulity to say that it all happened in every single state. My goodness, this is how you win cases in a courtroom.
Oh, he got it. Oh no, he got all of it. Oh, he's clean.
Our goal here is to go around the iron curtain of censorship.
Damn, no, he's like a fresh baby. He's new from the womb. You can see it. This was a bad call, by the way. It looks like he dyed this today. That's rough.
And our role here is to do your job because you don't do it. Chanel?
Thank you. And to Ms. Howell as well. Where is our FBI? And how they expressed any interest whatsoever in looking into allegations of voter fraud and election fraud that you have pointed out in these 6 cases.
Come on, you have to have a little humor.
What is he doing?
We have witnesses who have actually reported.
Where
things
are
to
you,
the
FBI?
And nothing's happened as a result of it.
I don't know where the FBI has been for the last 3 years. I have no idea where the FBI has been for the last 4 years. Explain to me how the FBI concealed a memo in the hand of Brennan to Obama saying
The fucking
that
FBI?
Hillary basically
What?
made up the Russian collusion plot.
Oh, my
they
God.
withheld that for 4 years.
But
and cost our
her
country $40 billion
emails. But
and
her
2 impeachments.
emails. Did anyone
One
check out her
attempted, one actual,
emails?
and then an acquittal proceeding. I don't know where they've been. I don't know where they were on the hard drive. They got it 10 months ago. There are clear crimes revealed on it. Didn't do anything with that. I don't know where they are now. Our
Yeah.
country has had its ballots counted, calculated, and manipulated in a foreign country with a company controlled by friends of an enemy of the United States.
Okay, so not to flagellate the resistance or anything right now, but like, you remember, right? You remember how ridiculous that sounded. I hope you remember how ridiculous that sounded. Do you remember how fucked up everyone was like, well, yeah, okay, Russia Gate, yeah, it's just beyond the pale. Look at the tinfoil hats that are being put on by these goddamn liberals, you know, tinfoil hats. Fucking, this motherfucker was even yeah, can you believe this? Can you believe this? They're actually trying to talk about how every single one of them, there's some kind of Russian collusion. I mean, they're so diluted. None of this actually makes any sense. It's just so far beyond the pale, you know what I mean? Paleo conservative here, by the way. And now they're saying this. And now they're saying this on top of everything else. It's like, hey, by the way, Venezuela, Hugo Chavez, who's dead, by the way. He's been dead since 2013. He's dead. He's not alive. So what is it? The ghost of Hugo Chavez has risen from the grave to sway this election with voting machines, because they might have some kind of ties to another company that may have bought it in America. So somehow that voting machine was then used. Like, what?
Lance, do you think that Giuliani could play the head-melting Nazi in a remake of Raiders of the Lost Ark? He plays the part IRL pretty naturally.
Yes. Yeah, Rudy Giuliani. Yeah, you love to see it. No one's telling him what to do. All right, there's no one giving him a script. This is definitely improv. All right, this is all improv comedy. Every step of the way. This like, you cannot teach this. Let's see what he sounds like after a couple.
As in Maduro. Did you ever believe that was true? Did any of you here believe that that was possible? Of course it's not. Of course it shouldn't be possible. I don't know if we're going to have time to develop all that in time to fill the requirements of all these cases. We have enough evidence without that to overturn this election. We have it from the affidavits of American citizens. But that's a matter of national security that we're talking about now. Very, very serious matter of national security. Please don't make light of it. And don't act like you knew it. Don't act like it isn't a surprise. If that's not a headline tomorrow, then you don't know what a headline is.
You know, you're really beautiful. And a woman that looks like that has to have her own special scent.
Oh, thank you. Maybe you could tell me what you think of this scent.
I like that.
This may be the best of all. Oh, you dirty boy, you! Oh!
What's the context of this video? Oh, well, this is just some early previews of the future administration of the United States, because here we have Donald Trump, the future president of the United States, and Rudy Giuliani, his lawyer. So there's the two of them working together before the administration that you now know and love. So this was the good old days. Yeah, this is what it used to be. It is. It's a proof of concept. It's early. This is 1.0, and now we've got 3.0.
Donald, I thought you were a gentleman.
Hey, we want to mutual aid you to get some eyeballs on your work. So if you have a leftist YouTube channel or Twitch stream or something you want us to advertise, just send us a 20 to 30 second ad using the forums at weareserfs.com. We'll do our best to help you out. And please submit once per channel.
To our gods, I'm Rav, and Xander Forbes. We shall build temples in your honor. To our monarch, Tom Spiker, we live to do your bidding. To our lords, Jeffrey Lamb, Trevor R., Stephen, Nine Tails Cosmic Fox, Hans Josephine, Poppy Nelson, Ryan Lubin, Jimothy K. Meeble Beeps Jr. We bow meekly for your pleasure. And to our Knights of the Round Table, Josh Mickelson, Dylan Byte, Zach Christensen, Todd Buckingham, Todd Lajeunesse, Political Puppy, Ali Menthal, Jimmy Big Nuts, Andreas Chitoro, Good Poon Hits Cops, That's Solid Poon Then, Dr. Zayas, Joppy, Violent Orchard, Sophie Baby, Jack Darko, Thomas Barretton, J. Fraser Cartwright, Goofalankius, Melissa Murphy, Nicholas Marks, Alexander Thaler, Ramon Acosta, and Ali Retta Jaffer. We salute you. Love you all. Peace.